And we are back, baby.
Hello, Aiden.
Crazy fact, this episode is being recorded a month before it comes out. A whole month.
Really?
Yep.
This is news to me.
So we obviously have loved that season 1 trailer that just came out. We've loved Church on Ruby Road. We had a great Christmas and New Year.
I'm so glad we got a full trailer.
The fan reaction to our 200th episode has gone down so well.
We're now on 1 million subscribers.
Yes. I like the way you think, Connor.
I don't think there's ever been a Doctor Who, like a YouTuber who's reached 1 million subs.
No way. Surely Who Culture is the biggest, and that's like 150k, I think.
A bit more than that, I think.
I don't think so.
Do you think it's impossible to get 1 million subs as a Doctor Who YouTuber?
Yeah.
But there's millions of fans. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, if you think about, there was like 4 million people watching Jodie's Era on a good day. And that would mean a quarter of the people watching an episode of Jodie's Era would have to be subscribed to you.
It's not that impossible.
All right, let's make it happen. Manifest it.
I think we can be the first people to hit 1 million subscribers. So if you want to help us get to that goal, you've got to subscribe.
You got to subscribe.
It's free, for fuck's sake.
Literally, but it doesn't have to be. If you want to give us money on Ko-fi,
thanks
or
button.
The thanks button, and give us a 5-star review over on Spotify. Today, Connor, what are we doing today?
We're going to be ranking season 1. We did this for season 4.
Hold on a second. Season 1's not come out yet, Connor.
2005 season 1.
That's what I'm talking about. That's
Sorry,
what I'm talking
excuse me.
Reboot 2.
What did you say Russell's calling the new season 1? The Doctor Who universe or something?
Oh, like what, this era? Like, because we had Classic Who, New Who.
What's it called? The Doctorverse? What did he call it?
He's not given this new era a name.
Did I dream that, or did we?
You did dream that, but
we said that on the show the other day.
On the show, we were pitching titles for what season 1's reboot could be called, and we said the Whoniverse years or something.
Right.
But then we did say the phrase Doctorverse a couple episodes ago when we were talking about what Russell was saying about Doctors being bi-generated in the past and coming back, and that's the Doctorverse, but that's not the name of this new era.
That was 3 days ago for us. That was a month ago for this.
More than a month ago, surely.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh yeah, a month ago sounds right. I said this episode's coming out in a month, so...
It's because Aiden's going to be skiing in Japan.
Actually, by the time this episode comes out, I think...
You'll be done skiing?
I actually think I'll be back in Perth.
You'll be done
yesterday.
Ski?
I think I landed...
And boy, are your arms tired. We're in last night, and boy, your arms tired.
A lot to do here, ranking through Series 1. We ranked Series 4 in the lead up to the 60th.
Thon.
Yes, in the lead up to the 60th. So, and that episode went down really well for us, and it was a fun episode to do, and people were commenting their lists and stuff, so I feel like this is like maybe we can do this like once a month or something. We can do a season of New Who.
People commented, stop making videos.
Your reviews are bad.
Get a day job.
Be better.
Do better.
Someone commented that on one of my videos on the channel the other day.
Have some perspective.
Have some perspective. Do better. What are these people saying?
Have some perspective.
It's like they think this channel is run by the official Doctor Who podcast or something.
Have some perspective.
Do better. Fucking hell. Get off your high horse comment section, you fucking dickhead. Alright, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at 50Doctor and TikTok at 50Doctor. Like we said, subscribe if you haven't already, and give us your fucking money.
50% cat.
You're right, Connor, you're just losing it there.
I don't know what's going on.
He's lost the plot. If you don't know, we're recording this on the same day that we recorded our Sarah Jane Adventures Enemy of the Bane review. So Connor is still hungover.
Yeah.
And there's all sorts of vehicles making sounds in the vicinity. That'll be quiet on the pod, but still there.
Might pick up stuff.
Connor Series 1, 2005, baby. Chris Eccleston's only season. We've never spoken about that, and this will be the old news at the time, but by the time this comes out. But the other day for us, Chris was like, fire Russell T Davies, fire Julie Gardner,
sack Phil Collinson.
It's ridiculous.
Sack Julie Gardner and sack Russell T Davies, and I'll come back.
What do you think about that?
What the fuck is this guy doing?
Bro, there's actually a car just revving outside the studio right now.
What is he doing?
What is going on?
What the fuck?
We're filming at a fucking racetrack. All right.
We did talk about that on the podcast, by the
Oh.
way. I did my Christopher Eccleston impression.
Can you do it again?
Sack Phil Collinson, sack Julie Gardner, and sack Russell T Davies, and I'll come back.
Yeah. Well, this is the one season we got with him. So,
Yes.
but I'm like glad he doesn't want to come back because how good's this season?
Yeah, I love him though.
I love him.
Is it too late though to have him come back?
I think
It wouldn't be the same.
Put it this way, I thought we were maybe getting to a phase where he might come back because obviously he was coming back to do Big Finish and all that kind of thing. But then he's gone and said, sack Russell T Davies and done all that sort of thing. And I'm like,
But he's acting like he'd come back if Russell wasn't at the ship. Chibnall ran the show for 5 years.
Did Chibnall ask?
I don't think so.
Well, there you go. What do you think of Series 1 as a whole?
It's just goated.
Yeah?
It's my childhood. It will always have such a soft place in my art,
In your heart.
in my art,
In my old art.
in my old
My
art.
old
Yeah,
something
I
art.
love it. I think it's so great. It's
I
a
think-
sensational piece of television.
It's worth saying Connor and I, behind the scenes, were just ranking the episodes just onto our phone, so we're ready to go for this episode. And it is so hard to do because I love all of these episodes. Like even the ones that aren't that good, rewatching them, I wouldn't have a problem with watching them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're still enjoyable to watch, still full of nostalgia. I remember watching these on like Foxtel, and they would do. Remember they did like a yearly marathon on
Yes,
Foxtel,
yes.
and they did all of Series 1 just before Series 2 came out in
Yes.
one day, and then before Series 3 came out, they did Series 1 one day, Series 2 the next day. That stuff was goated. I remember recording them. I remember like shaking my way through the Unquiet Dead, and like the opening scene was on, and the TARDIS is like a little bit darker, or maybe it's just darker this whole season as a whole.
It is a bit darker.
And I just remember being not on. I was like, I can't watch this. I'm too scared.
I feel like that's the episode that like traumatized a nation.
Yeah, spooky. Some ghosts, man.
It is.
Some ghosts. So I did mine. Connor, you just ranked yours on your phone, right? You just had brain and
Yep.
did it. I
didn't need an app.
I did a preference revealer. So it's like I list all the episodes in there, and I go, is Rose better than
Unquiet Dead.
Unquiet Dead? That sort of thing, and I list which one's better, and eventually it formulates a list out of that.
Is that like an app you use?
And I just go onto Google and type in preference revealer.
Okay.
So I know my list. Top one is surprising for me, but I also think I'm happy with it. I'm happy with these lists. Sometimes they do surprise you a little bit. And I also think, like, other than maybe the bottom two, I think all these episodes are fantastic, and we'll watch them any day of the week. And I think some episodes are maybe slightly hindered by watching it so many times as a kid that now I'm like, I think of that episode, and it's not necessarily as high as it maybe should be.
Right. Okay.
Okay, like the episode might actually be better than I'm giving it credit for.
Yeah.
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 All right, usual rules apply here, Connor.
Yeah. They sure do.
We're going to start from the bottom. I'll make our way up to number one, but we cannot talk about the episode we're reviewing until we both said that episode. So if Connor's number 10 is Boomtown and mine is Dalek, we can't talk about those episodes. If Connor's number 9 is then Dalek, we can then talk about Dalek, and so on, right?
Colossus.
Battle of Rankstar of Colossus?
Fenslaw.
Oh, okay. You're just commenting on
Fenslaw.
Wobble Yonder.
Yeah, you say Colossus, so I was like, that's some.
When did I say Colossus?
It sounded like you said Colossus. Colossus. Fenslaw. Fenslaw.
Okay. Okay, go on, let's get into this. What is your number 10?
At number 10, we've
dun.
got The End of the World.
Oh, okay.
Boom, boom, boom. Boring.
My number 10, The Long Game. Can't talk about those episodes yet.
Shitty opinion from mine.
What? What's your number 9? I feel like that's a pretty universal opinion. That's
The
okay.
Long Game. I'm not joking. That's actually it.
Okay, let's talk about The Long Game for a second here, Con. I think, I just think it's just boring.
Yeah, Adam 22's in it, and
Yeah.
you know,
Who's that? Oh, Adam.
Yeah, Adam
from
22,
Dalek.
yeah.
Yeah. Where's the 22 come from?
you don't know Adam 22? No jumper.
No.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Coolest podcast in the world.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right.
Ah, my skull's opened.
Time flies by just like that.
That's fun. Like again, I'll still enjoy watching this episode if I have to, you know.
Scary.
But the mighty Jagrafess is a thing.
It looks like a
mighty shit.
It looks like a cock.
Okay.
With teeth.
Now I kind of want to see what your cock looks like, out of concern, but also don't want to see what your cock looks like.
No.
No.
It does look like it looks like a dick. Am I the only one who thinks that?
I've never seen the mighty
with the holy
and the holy scrote.
And the holy scrote. Simon Pegg's in it.
Simon Pegg is in it, and I wish he got something with a little bit more to do in it.
He just looks like Jack Frost.
He's Jack Frost. He's Frozone. What's his name? Is that the guy from The Incredibles?
Yeah, Frozone, yeah.
Frozone.
Honey, where is my super suit?
Classic. All right.
You know he was meant to play Rose's dad?
Yes, yeah. Vinny Crystal was on that.
Yeah, Pete Tyler.
Yeah, he was going to play Pete Tyler, but was unavailable or whatever, so instead he became Frozone. My number nine is The Unquiet Dead. What's your number 8?
Boomtown.
Okay. My number 8 is also Boomtown. Boom, boom, baby. This for me is definitely where, Boomtown is underrated, I think. I think underrated by myself.
Yeah.
It's not one that I've watched too much, so I think going back to it, I might like it more and more because it's not fresh Eccleston, but it's not Eccleston that I've seen a billion times before. And it's like fun. It's different. It's very different from the rest of the series, while still being tonally connected.
It is very different.
Yeah.
I was having such a nice day.
I was, until you had to come here.
I love how he just snatches the newspaper off some old guy reading it.
Yeah. That was such a good meme back in the day.
Yeah.
I was having such a nice day. Oh, TARDIS posting.
It's brilliant. I love this episode. It's just fun.
The dinner scene is iconic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The shoot darts from finger. Yes, I know.
Yeah. And then they surf. They surf. Remember there was a Doctor Who game where you could do the surfing? I love that shit as a kid. Like, surf's up, bro.
What's her name? Bloom.
Was that her name?
Sabine Bloom.
Yeah, Bloom. Yeah, who was meant to come back in Stolen Earth, by the way.
Really?
In Russell's original plans.
Really?
Yeah. So Russell's original plans. You've probably seen this drawing before that he's done, but so the Shadow Proclamation when they go there, originally it was meant to be like a bit more like dodgy, like there was going to be heaps of people there that were like, yeah, my planet's disappeared. Oh, my dog's dead, like all this kind of shit.
Right.
And the Doctor was going to be stuck. He'd be given like a ticket before he could go in and do his complaint or whatever. And so there's going to be all different species from the back catalogue of CGI that Doctor Who's had. And he wanted to he was going to bump into a little baby Savine with like an older Savine.
Aww.
And he'd be like, oh, okay. And then the older Savine would be like, come on, Bloom, or whatever her name is. So that was going to be a little thing.
Because at the end it becomes an egg.
The moon's an egg.
The moon's an egg.
The moon's an egg. Connor, what's your number 7?
Unquiet Dead.
Okay, let's talk about it.
So you read that? You said that as well?
That was my number 9.
I like this episode. I like Charles Dickens. I like the spooky aspect of it. It shows the horror of Doctor Who. Mm-hmm. Just not that memorable for me. And maybe it's because it terrified me as a kid.
Obviously a prequel for the Reading of River Song.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Because Charles Dickens is in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a great.
What a weird thing for Moffat to just bring back. Right?
I love it though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does anyone get that?
So niche. That's his little laugh, isn't it?
Yeah, it's there'll be ghosts in this year's Christmas special.
Yeah. Just watch the Charles Dickens cameo in Wedding of River Song if you want to know what the fuck we're on about here. It's not even that funny, is it? It's so dumb. What's he us right now?
Yeah, literally. It's a great episode.
Wedding of River Song.
No, Unquiet Dead.
Yeah.
It's spooky. It's
vibes.
Topical. Mm-hmm. It's the Hoff.
Mark Gatiss' first episode.
That not the Hoff. The
Guelph.
The Guelph. The Guelph.
Guelph. Yeah.
That the rift gets made.
Gwen origin story.
Gwyneth. Yeah.
Yeah. The big bad wolf gets a drop. Oh, the big bad wolf. Were you, when you were a kid, did you catch on to all the Bad Wolf references on your first watch?
Fuck yeah, I did.
Oh, did you?
Oh yeah, baby. My eyes were glued to the screen.
I think I remember getting like a couple of them.
What's this?
But I remember, distinctly remember going back and rewatching series 1 as a whole once it had come out, and maybe it was in one of those marathons or whatever. And I remember watching the Dalek and
Bad
the one
Wolf
that blew
1
my
Descending.
mind.
Bad Wolf 1 Descending.
That blew my mind. I'd missed
Yeah.
that one. I just distinctly remember that one being like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's it's a graffiti in Aliens of London.
Yep.
It gets mentioned quite a lot.
Yeah, it's
There's a Bad Wolf channel
on End of the World.
Was it End of the World or Long Game? I think it's Long Game.
Might be Long Game. Actually, yeah, that would make sense.
It's on the Face of Bo channel.
Yeah.
Oh, how they showed the Face of Bo in Long Game after seeing him in End of the World. It's so connected.
This season is so connected, and that's why
I love
one of the
it.
reasons why it's so good. It's so connected, but also not like Adam bouncing across 2 episodes, things like that.
22, yeah.
Crazy ass stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also think we should give Unquiet Dead credit for its production design. For the 3rd episode in season 1, which we know production was fucked and money was through the roof. Like, they've got snow machines covering massive, like, Victorian-looking streets in London. Obviously, all the sets.
Yeah.
All the costuming that they do. This episode really is, like, I don't want to say a work of art, but it almost
Modern
is with
art.
how well it's been put together design-wise.
I like a Christmas episode that's not set at Christmas.
Yeah, at least Chris got
that's not airing at Christmas.
At least we got a Christopher Eccleston special.
Cheeky.
Shaky.
I love it.
All right. You just did your number 7, did you?
Yeah.
My number 7 is The End of the World.
Right, so we can talk about that.
Yeah, this
My
is...
least favourite episode, I think.
Which surprises me. I'm quite nostalgic for this one. Even down to the music. Like when the... You okay?
Tainted love.
Oh, yeah. Then Toxic.
Tainted love.
We got Cassandra.
Yep.
Everyone's favourite villain.
Does Tainted Love play in it? It does.
Yeah, it does. Some of the jukebox.
Earth destruction in 1 hour.
Yeah, that's iconic. The little monsters, the little like beep, 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 sound effects score is the scores are like boom, 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 boom. I don't know. There's great score, like iconic season 1 score in this episode. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. I actually
Oh, you got yourself a little friend.
Yeah.
And you just see the legs.
Yeah. Even down to the final fan bit at the end where he's got to jump between the fans. Kind of makes bullshit no sense.
Closes his eyes and just walks through slowly.
That's the Doctor, man. And then it has that beautiful ending where it's like fish and chips. Or just chips.
Rose's fame.
Beautiful theme.
Do you remember when you got the little Doctor Who figures that you'd always get like 2 of the little metal spiders?
Yeah, I remember those.
They just like an extra thing, like whenever you bought a figure.
You get the little
I ended up having like 12 of them.
Yeah. Because there are so many characters from that episode that got made into figures. Because I've still got
I've got Moxa Baboon.
Yeah, I've got Moxa Baboon. I've got is it Jane or Jade? Jade, I think.
What, the wooden woman?
Tree who burns. That's grim. That's grim.
It's wood and fire, mate.
Yeah. But yeah, I love like, I know it kind of is like a bit bullshit, but you know, the shield's coming down and Rose having to like work her way down as the shield comes down. I think that's like pretty epic stuff. Yeah, I think it was an ambitious episode too in terms of VFX and production. Again, production design is insane.
Yeah.
And there's an iconic setting in here that gets used in Doctor Who again and again and again.
What's that?
It's that the main place where all the action takes place. It's also in like Hungry Earth and things like that.
So. Yeah. And the jukebox is the same one in Shooties.
Yes, and the same one as Hellbent.
Yes. Mm-hmm. At Denny's Diner.
Yeah, baby. What's your number 6?
Number 6. Okay, this is when it got hard because I love all these episodes.
Hold on, I just want to say our bottom 4, whilst not all being the same spot, are the same bottom 4, just in a different order.
I love that you're a bottom maiden.
Okay, number 6. What is it?
Father's Day.
Oh my God.
What? Is that bad?
I think it deserves more than that, but that's okay. My number 6 is Aliens of London World War 3. Aliens of London World War 3 for my number 6.
That shit.
We'll get into it. We'll get into it. What's your number 5?
Aliens of London World War 3. We'll get into it.
Let's get into it.
It's such a great episode.
It's so fun, right? Very, very nostalgic one.
Stitch this, mate.
I love it so much. It's not been 6 days. No, it's not
Been
been
a whole year.
It's been gone a whole year. No, it's not been 6 months. It's been a whole year or something. I can't remember.
You haven't been gone a week. You've been gone 12 months.
Yeah.
You've been gone a whole year.
I'm really good at quoting.
Didn't that fuck the Doctor Who continuity up?
This episode ruined RTD's whole era in terms of continuity.
But it's 2023 in the giggle,
yeah.
so he just doesn't care anymore. He's like,
No, because what happened, and I don't know whether this was intentional or not, but every Earth appearance in New Who from this episode, in RTD's era, from this point onwards,
it's always a year ahead.
is always a year ahead because they skip a year ahead. So the 2005 Christmas special, Christmas Invasion, is technically set in 2006, and so on and so on and so on, until the next Doctor, which is obviously a Victorian age episode, so Victorian London, and so by the end of the end of time, that then is caught up. Do you know what I mean?
No. That doesn't make sense.
It does. So every year's a year ahead that he goes for Christmas, but then 1 year, the Christmas special, is set in a time period. So the 2008's Christmas special, which was the next Doctor, they don't go to 2008 in it.
Oh, I see.
They went to 2008 in Voyage of the Damned, right?
Yes.
But he doesn't go to 2009 in the next Doctor. He goes to Victorian London. So that way, End of Time can actually be in 2009.
Right.
So from that point on, Christmas specials resume. Is that okay for you?
That's okay for me.
Cool.
Great episode, though.
It's so much fun. Oh, the
Slitheen.
spaceship crashing into Big Ben
Big Ben's backwards.
backwards because they filmed the spaceship coming in from the wrong angle.
Backwards Ben.
Backwards Ben, mate. Always been backwards Ben.
Yeah. I love it. I remember watching Confidential, and like there was like a whole 5-minute segment on showing the ship crashing into the water and how they
Yeah.
did the effects, and like I remember just
Crazy.
watching it and being like, wow.
Tosh introduction.
Yep.
Pig.
Pig.
Wow.
It was scared.
Units in it as well.
It was
I
scared.
feel like I always forget
Yeah.
units in this episode.
Yep. United Nations Intelligence Task Force.
Thanks, mate. Didn't
That's
know
who
that.
they are. Not sure if you knew them.
Didn't know that. I'm
Yeah.
familiar.
Hold on, I know these guys.
These boys.
Yeah, I love how the Tony Blair ripoff is just like dead in the cabinet.
This was the first episodes they filmed, wasn't it, as well?
I don't know.
Because Keith Brooks, so I think that was all the famous
Oh
the
yeah,
first filming block.
he
I
only
think.
did Rose and
these two.
these two.
And I think it was just chaos, wasn't it?
Was it really?
Yeah, I know. Like Russell has said multiple times how fucked they were in the filming block. Like he said that we did a shit job, basically. Like
In what sense?
they were over budget, over time. Like they'd used most of the budget in the first handful of episodes, and so they had and that's why he praises Julie Gardner and that for somehow finding more money and getting more money into the production and things like that. Like apparently it was just fucking chaos. But
I couldn't tell.
you
'cause
couldn't. It makes a damn good season.
I fucking love it. The Slovene are such genius aliens.
Mm-hmm.
They look amazing. The practical suits are just.
I don't think they ever need to come back for a full episode.
I love it.
There was a really good book I remember reading. I think it was like the first Doctor Who book I ever read. And it was like Slovene in Greek times. And it's like it's got like a stone Slovene on the cover that's crumbling. And it was 10th Doctor and Rose, I think. Or it might have been 10th Doctor and Donna, I can't remember. But it was a really good book. I loved it. Something of the Slovene.
I went to school with a kid and he called them the Slakeen.
Were you Sakleen on that? Sakleen?
I just laugh. I laugh every time I think about that. The Slakeen. He couldn't say Slovene.
It's like when that kid to me was like, "Did you say Dalek or garlic?" And he got detention for that.
Did he? He got
Don't make fun of Aiden's favourite TV show, okay?
What
He's
a
only
nerd.
got that in Primeval.
What a fucking nerd watching Doctor Who as a kid like me.
Like everyone that's listening, probably.
I made it my personality, and that's kind of cringe.
Arguably, it's become more my personality as I've got older than it was when I was a kid.
I just don't think it ever left. I didn't have that Walking Dead phase like you did.
Or Arrow.
Or
It's
Arrow.
getting windy outside now too, eh?
I'm looking forward to it.
To the audio.
No, just like the gorgeous wind
Cold
in my
air,
face.
'cause it is
'cause
warm.
I'm so hungover.
It's just dead and dry in here right now, isn't it?
dry as a camel's. I'll leave the last bit out because you hate that.
I do, yeah. I know I don't have to edit it. Thanks.
Yeah, this is such a good episode. Oh, Jackie and Mickey.
Oh,
and
we get time with them.
it's so
We get time
good.
with Jackie.
I love it so
Not-
much.
Jackie's on her own this whole episode. She's not with Mickey.
Okay, can we
We ignore
like
Mickey.
can we just can we talk about characters and just forget the fact that they're...
Yes, we can. I'm just taking the piss.
Why do you always have to be so difficult?
It's my job.
I've seen you liking Noel Clarke's tweets. Don't deny it.
Don't say that.
Don't
shit.
deny it.
You're such a fibber.
I've seen you retweet John Barrowman shit. The ones where he's being a victim
on the official 50% account.
Yeah, you're like,
it's canon that I stand with Noel.
Remember, we're gonna send John Barrowman that cameo request to be like,
John Barrowman, can you please tell us the truth of Doctor Who? Let's move on from that one.
Stop wasting my precious time.
Alright, so what is your number 5? No, my number 5. Your number 5 is Aliens of London, right? Mm-hmm. My number 5 was Rose, which you've not said yet, right?
No.
Cool. Alright, your number 4?
Rose.
What
is going on today? Every time you're like, okay, we'll talk about it later, and then it's literally the next one.
Yeah, well, Rose, great introductory episode.
Oh, it's so great.
It's hard to fault because it just introduces everything so damn well.
Sorry, Can you talk? Hello, I'm Aidan Gray.
You make fun of people with stutters.
Yeah, I'm a stutter.
I from time to time. I wouldn't say I have like a permanent stutter, but I'd stutter quite a bit.
I've never noticed.
No, you're just making fun. No, you're just being mean to people with stutters.
Yep.
That's Connor. Fucking dickhead. All right, Rose. Yeah, you got the Autons. You've got everyone's favorite character and actor, Mickey Smith. Going pizza. I don't know what more we can say about Rose. We've reviewed it. We've done a watch along on it.
Yeah, it's just so good. Mm-hmm. I love Jackie screaming.
I love that Clive dies. Like, what a shame. Poor Clive. Man just wanted to love the Doctor. And then just get pinged in the head.
I just love his reaction before he gets shot. Dude, just
fucking hell.
Just it's true. All those stories I read are true.
Don't worry, he comes back in Big Finish.
So did he die or not?
Not in Big Finish. No, I think in Big Finish he's in the parallel world with Rose, I think.
I follow Clive on Twitter.
Like the Clive?
The actor.
Really? What's he up to these days?
He does a lot, actually.
Cool.
He's not like John Barrowman and Noel Clarke, so I can like his tweets.
Yeah. Alright, my number 4. Oh no. You're gonna hate this so much.
You're so fucking wrong.
It's a brilliant episode.
And you think you're so right, and I hate that.
No, I don't give a fuck about this list, man.
I know what
it's a brilliant story. It is Empty Child and the Doctor Dances. Brilliant story. No, but the thing is, I think these top 4 are incredible.
What's wrong with you, man?
Incredible. These are top tier Doctor Who, these top 4. So, I can't talk about it yet. Okay.
Wait, I've got 3 left. How many do you have left?
Yeah, 3.
Okay, so I say my third.
Yeah, what's your third? Dalek. Okay, we'll come back to that. My third is Father's Day, which you had as your 6th, I think.
As my 6th, yeah.
Okay, interesting. Father's Day, I think, is so heartfelt, so heartwarming. It's even more nostalgic because it's set even further back in time.
Yeah.
And I just think it's an incredible little character study episode. I'd love to put it higher, but yeah.
Bad Balls graffiti on the wall. You see a little Mickey in it.
Baby Noel Clarke.
Before
we can talk about this version of Mickey because it's not Noel
before
Clarke.
It all went wrong.
Can I have some thoughts on you on Father's Day as to why it's ranked relatively low in your season 1 list?
It's just such a great series, and I guess it's like not one I rewatch a lot, but
right.
Don't touch the baby. It's so good. It's honestly so good. It sent me when the Doctor went into the TARDIS as a kid and it was so empty.
Good. I love how like old school the POV monster shots are as well, like the red lens, like wide angle shit.
The guy drinking the drink and he's like,
yeah,
the hedge clippers.
Yeah, good shit. And I just think it's so well plotted and written, and the ending I find super emotional and super. It's a character thing for Rose. It's really hard on Rose, and I think it's a great way to introduce into New Who and to Doctor Who, because I don't think they fuck with this too much in Classic Who from what I've seen. A lot of the consequences of time travel and how there are rules that you sort of do have to stick to, and this is what happens when you don't stick to the rules. Where are the Reapers every time that this has happened in the future? God knows.
My whole planet's gone. You think I didn't want to go back and save them? Yeah, I love it.
What do you think of the Reapers as a villain?
Love them. Every time I see the Reapers, I'm just reminded of you watching Red River Song being like, where are the Reapers?
That would be cool though, right?
Yeah, the Reapers should have come up more. The Doctor gets eaten by the Reapers.
Yeah. I like, in my headcanon, it's not like it's their law and their job to do this kind of thing. They're just like creatures that salvage off of time.
They salvage off it, yeah.
So they're not, it's like a vulture. You're not going to have a vulture at every dead carcass in the desert, right?
They're just reverse Time Lords.
What? What?
The Time Lords are the keepers of time.
Yeah.
The Reapers are the eaters of time.
Ooh. That's a cool title for an episode, The Eaters of Time. Oh, wait, no, a better title? Eaters of Light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eaters of the Shy.
That'd be a better episode.
Crispy for showrunner? No. Aiden for showrunner? Please. Connor for showrunner? Hell yeah.
Why? Because you'd call episodes Eaters of Shite.
I think I'm the hidden gem that people don't. You know, you should always like don't underestimate me. You know, I think I could make the best series out of all three of you.
I'm overestimating you. And
We should do a podcast one day.
Pitching
you, me,
season.
and Crispy. We all pitch our series, and we get the audience to
That would be
pick
cool.
which one's the best.
Well, Dylan had sort of mentioned doing pretty much that before.
Oh, I don't remember that.
And no, I think it was just in my DMs. And they'd said like maybe they could be like the like person running it and getting to
the officiator.
yeah. Because that would be cool.
And we can throw it to the audience to be like who has the
Yeah.
and see who's actually crowned showrunner.
Yeah. Oh, Crispy would, because he's fan favorite, 30,000 subscribers. Well,
I would say don't be biased.
Okay. Well,
I won't be voting for him or you. I'll be voting for myself.
are we allowed to vote?
Well, yeah. It's like if you're running for president, you can vote for yourself.
Can you?
Yeah. Well,
Surely.
you have to vote. You're a citizen.
Yeah, but if
You're a citizen, you have to vote, and you would vote for yourself.
any US listeners, hit us up if we're
It's
wrong.
not just US; it's everywhere. It'd be Australia too. Our prime minister would have to vote because they're an Australian citizen.
That's so stupid.
Why is that stupid?
Why would he vote for anyone other than himself? Maybe he's like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore.
That's the point. Their parties would vote for them as well.
Yeah.
You're winning votes over. Silly boy doesn't know politics.
I am a silly boy that doesn't know politics. Okay, yeah, so Father's Day, what's your number two?
Bad Wolf Parting Ways.
I thought you were going to say Tooth and Claw then. I was like, bro, what?
Nah, Bad Wolf Parting Ways.
Okay, we'll come back to that. My number two is Dalek.
Brilliant.
That was your number three, was it?
Yeah, fantastic episode.
Fantastic.
Sensational.
It's incredible. It's such a good introduction for the Dalek. And New Who, a good introduction for like the Time War context and that, diving into that a bit more of the Doctor's trauma.
I watched it happen. I made it happen.
Did you?
That's what he says.
Yeah, I know.
Noises.
More sounds.
Yeah, why don't you just die?
Yeah, great memes. Kill yourself.
Kill yourself.
Great memes. What is 2023 when that's a meme?
The Doctor like getting strapped up and shot.
Yeah, shirtless Ek.
Very BDSM-y.
You don't want to know the amount of times I've watched that clip.
It's very it just shows how terrifying the dark side when one can just destroy.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, what happens now is that we just see 10,000 Daleks attacking and it doesn't feel as powerful as one.
But then again, you know, we'll talk about Battle Parting of the Ways soon, but that has has a lot of Daleks and they do it pretty well.
I agree.
So but Dalek, you're right, that's what Dalek does so well.
Yeah.
The imagery of just like the blue light in the dark room,
iconic,
and then the more lights coming on,
the flash.
Yeah. When it talks, and then like when the lights come on, the Doctor being like, "Get me out! Get me out!" Incredible. Impossible.
The Doctor.
Let me out! Incredible stuff. Was it Big Finish?
Yeah, Jubilee.
Yeah, which I listen to and think it's nowhere near. It does not at all feel. I don't think Dalek is that based off of Jubilee. Everyone always says it is, but I thought they were very different stories. But
you really liked it though.
Yeah, I loved listening to it. Yeah, but what's the writer called? Robert Sherman.
Yeah. Robert Sherbet Lemon.
And I remember all the trailers of it, and it was just like that blue shot with the Dalek, the blue eye, and all that. That was iconic. Saturday,
the Doctor faces his worst enemy yet.
On BBC One.
7:30 on BBC One. That's orgasmic.
And you'd always have like the shot of
Yeah.
Eccleston and Rose by the TARDIS at the end, looking at a camera.
7:30 p.m.
I hope we get that with Series 14.
on BBC One.
But with Series 14, if they do it, it won't be anywhere near as nostalgic because it'll be all in HD. I love like the shittiness of like half the trailers are in like 4:3 still and all that kind of shit.
Now it's like,
Do you want to watch this trailer in 4K Ultra HD HDR?
yeah, on BBC iPlayer and on Disney Plus and on BBC One at 6:30, and then afterwards available on iPlayer is Doctor Who
Doctor Who Unleashed.
Unleashed, and also auto commentary, and also the Doctor Who podcast, and also uploads on YouTube, and it's like, okay, stop.
Next time. What's your number one? I know what your number one. I knew before you even started telling me this list what your number one is.
My favorite episode of all time, Aiden.
Yeah, man.
Empty Child Doctor Dances.
Cool. For me, that was number 4.
If you could do an episode of Doctor Who that I love the most, it would be this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And I just rewatched it a couple of weeks ago, and it's still a classic. It's terrifying. It scared the nation.
It's incredible. It's an incredible story.
Well, why'd you put it at fucking 4 then, you fucking Costa?
Because I think Father's Day, Dalek, and Bad Wolf Parting of the Ways are just a little bit tighter. So that's my number one, Bad Wolf Parting of the Ways, but we'll talk about that in a second.
It's as tight as a fucking...
I think part 2... I much prefer part 1 to part 2. I think part 2 is incredible.
Part 1 is so...
Part 1's perfect. Like,
So
perfect episode of Doctor Who. So terrifying.
Yeah.
And part 2 is great. It's really great. It's just, for me, just... the momentum, and this is a classic Doctor Who two-parter thing, the momentum from part 1 isn't quite there. I, for once, just love like a two-parter where the momentum from part 1 just carries over into part 2 and it's just as quick and just as snappy. And I'm not saying you have to do that to be a good episode. I'm just saying I'd love to see it. You got any more thoughts on Empty Child Doctor Dances?
For the dead air. I just it's a classic. It's my favorite episode of all time. Nothing will ever beat it.
Resonating Concrete.
Yeah, I don't agree. I don't know if that's actually a reference to that. I've said that before.
It's 100%. Why wouldn't it be a reference to that?
That's not concrete. It's mortar.
Yes, but he still says that in the episode. Concrete.
And if it's one thing it's good at, it's resonating concrete.
Mm-hmm.
That's not concrete. That's mortar.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bob the Builder.
Sean the Builder.
Yeah, Sean the Builder.
Yeah, it's banging. I can't get over how terrifying this is. You would not get this episode in season 2.
Really?
I don't think you would get this in season 2. I think this is too dark for series 2.
Yeah, it is dark. That's why I loved it though, because it scared me. It scared the living daylights out
Scared
of
the
me.
jeebs out of you.
The hippie jibby
The
yibbies.
hippie-jibby-dibbies.
The hippie yibbies.
This surprised me when I did this preference reveal up. Bad Wolf and Parting of the Ways being number 1 for me. I think it's just like a finale that I've really not overwatched, but I'd like love, and I love like the deep space dark vibes of it. It just they feel so isolated up there.
They set up Satellite 5
Yeah,
episodes before.
that's back all the Bad Wolf stuff.
Yeah.
I think it is spooky. Like that, the lady that's like plugged into all the screens or whatever, she's terrifying.
Gave me nightmares.
The
bro.
score's terrifying. Part 1 like is so funny as well, like the Big Brother stuff and things like that.
And
It's
now we're gonna get you.
incredible. Weakest Link.
That woman's coming back. Who the Big Brother woman? That's the reoccurring person from season 1. She's in Church on Ruby Road.
Who is?
The announcer of the Big Brother.
The Big Brother host.
The voiceover.
Yeah.
It was actually the woman who did that.
How do you know
How do I know what?
that she's coming back in season 1?
Because I've seen the cast list and it says she's playing herself and she's on the game that Ruby goes on.
Right. Oh, sorry. I didn't know that is who that actor is. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
She's like a presenter and also like an actress.
Yeah.
So
Which we all know because we've all seen Church on Ruby Road 1,000 times by this point.
of course, yes. So yeah, that's who that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Good to know. Now we're going to get you.
Now we're gonna get you.
And I love like the reveal of the Daleks at the end, and it's like so well set up. Of you see what one Dalek can do in Dalek, and then you suddenly it's holy fuck, there is thousands of them. There's an Emperor Dalek, and they're like working their way through the space
The Daleks
station.
with the black heads.
Yeah, only seen in CGI models. Incredible.
What are they called?
The Emperor's Guard, I think, or something.
Yeah, pretty cool. The Dalek with the little thing on the blowtorch.
So good. I think
Never see that again.
So great, and so it's like emotional at the end as well. I love Fantastic at the end.
Jack's
Been
death.
fantastic. Yeah, Jack dies. I just think it's iconic.
What do you think of the Doctor and Rose kissing at the end?
Iconic, but I don't know. I kind of don't have thoughts on it. After 20 years, I don't have thoughts on that because it's like cute and a little romancy, but it's almost like tragedy because she never gets to live that life with him. Obviously, she then gets to meet Ten and stuff. But
come here, you need a doctor.
You need a doctor. Yeah, it's a little bit cringe, but hey, that's just Ross, isn't it?
The king of cringe.
What do you think of Bad Wolf Parting of the Ways?
It's so great. It's probably the best series final.
Definitely could be. Hey, wait, no, Wedding of River Song. These niche jokes, man. No, Battle of Ranscroft Colossus.
No fucking way, bro. It's
Timeless Children?
Oh.
The Vanquishers? Last of the Time Lords?
No.
Journey's End?
No.
Name of the Doctor?
No.
Hellbent?
No.
Big Ben?
No.
Big Ben?
No. Doomsday? No.
Parting of the Ways?
Yes. I think it's the best series final.
Yeah, I think you're right. I actually think you're right.
It really is dope. Like, it all went downhill from there.
Until season 1, baby.
Oh, please.
You reckon we could get a best season 1 yet?
Not with Shooty and Mel on a Vespa.
What's wrong with that?
A Vespa is not a motorcycle.
It's a vehicle, though.
Oh my god, this again.
But yeah. No, it's... I'm here for it.
Me too.
I like it's such a perfect way to end the season. It's so good to like have a season of Doctor Who that is incredibly good all the way through, and then you have a finale that sticks the landing as well.
Yeah.
Which just does not happen. Every episode of Doctor Who, you're on like a knife's edge, like just waiting for it to go shit.
Yes.
And it most of the time does at some point.
Yeah.
There's always like one scene. Even like showing my parents Why Blue Yonder the other day.
What?
Yeah, maybe we can talk about this in the 200th episode.
Oh.
But definitely it's like I'm watching the episode, I'm like, this is great, but the whole time I'm just waiting for fucking giant CGI.
The jaw.
Yeah, the jaw. I'm waiting for all that stuff to happen and for them to roll their eyes and cringe.
The jaw.
But yeah, you would have already heard me talk about that, hopefully, in last week's episode, the 200th episode. We're filming these out of order and it's just chaos, but hey.
The jaw.
Alright, so Connor, I went number 10, Long Game, Unquiet Dead, Boomtown, End of the World, Angels of London World War 3, Rose, Empty Child, Dr. Dances, Father's Day, Dalek, Bad Wolf, Parting of the Ways.
I went End of the World, Long Game, Boomtown, Unquiet Dead, Father's Day, Angels of London World War 3, Rose, Dalek, Bad Wolf, Parting of the Ways, Empty Child, Dr. Dances.
I'm happy with your list. There were some that were maybe some in the lower end of your list that were lower than I thought they would be. But
good thing I didn't ask your opinion on it.
Well, your number one was predictable.
Yeah, of course it was. Yeah, anyone who knows me knew it would be there.
Yeah. What do you think of my list?
Ah, shit.
Great, good chat.
Predictable.
Thanks.
Cringe.
Thanks.
Just a bit dumb. Silly.
Next week, we're back to normal. More of this. Wow.
What the fuck are we doing next week?
I don't know what we're doing next week.
What are we doing in a month?
But yeah, next week we'll be back to your regularly scheduled episodes of the podcast, which these have been regularly scheduled, but they'll be back to brand new stuff, talking about news. We can talk about all the stuff that's come out about season 14, season 1.
We've missed you.
Over the last month. We'll be back. I'll be back from January. From Japan. My arms might be a little bit tired.
Aiden's bringing me back in Eevee.
I'm not bringing back an Eevee.
But you said you would.
If I find a small one, then maybe.
Just give me a small Eevee.
Please.
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 Get me a small Eevee, please.
Please.
You haven't even got me my Tim Shaw pop final yet.
It's coming. What do you want me to do? Fucking make it come quicker?
Well, you've had... When did we do Series 12? Like June, July?
No, September.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, because it was a week before I went to Mark River and that was in September.
But we did 7 weeks of Classic Who throughout October, September. I think it was like August.
Maybe August.
This doesn't matter. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram if you want more of this absolute bullshit. And yeah, we'll be back next week, better than ever, fully refreshed, other than these little crammed together episodes where we kind of want to die in a heated room in the middle of an Australian summer morning.
Yeah, it's true.
Any last words, Connor?
What he said.
Great. Good chat. It's Aidan and Connor's podcast. We're doing Doctor Who rankings. Doing Doctor Who rankings. And let us know down below if you would what season you'd like us to rank next, because we'll do them all over a period of time, maybe once a month, maybe once every couple months.
And leave your rankings in the comments below.
That too. Probably should have said this a bit earlier, but
we probably should have done that.
Okay, time to put on the
aircon.